So these are the main layers of the heart: the pericardium, the epicardium, the myocardium, and the endocardium. So the pericardium is made up of a double sac of serous membrane, and its purpose is to secrete a fluid that lubricates the heart and reduces friction. And the epicardium is basically the same as the visceral pericardium, which makes up the heart wall. And the myocardium is a layer that contracts and pumps the heart. And so the endocardium binds the chambers of the heart.
Okay, so looking at the heart, you can see superior. There are two auricles, which are ear-like structures that are additional structures of the atrium. And inferior, you will see the apex where the heart comes to a point. On the anterior surface, you'll see a superior vena cava to your left, and the aorta is around the midline, and the pulmonary artery or pulmonary trunk is to the left. So moving into the heart, the blood flows in through the superior vena cava as well as the inferior vena cava, and into the right atrium through the coronary sinus. From the right atrium, it goes in through the tricuspid valve, in which there are three flaps. It's connected by chordae tendineae as well as papillary muscle. It goes through the right ventricle into the pulmonary semilunar valve and out through the pulmonary artery to the lungs. From there, the oxygenated blood returns through the pulmonary vein. It comes into the left atrium, where it goes through the bicuspid or mitral valve. There are two flaps, and it is again connected by chordae tendineae and papillary muscle. It goes into the left ventricle and out through the aortic semilunar valve, through the aorta, and out to the rest of the body. All these vessels are coronary arteries and coronary veins. We made a sagittal cut that exposes the interventricular septum, which divides the heart longitudinally, and the atrioventricular septum, which divides the heart into between the auricles and the ventricles.
Okay, so the SA or sinoatrial node starts the heartbeat and sets the pace for the entire heart. It can also be called the pacemaker. The impulses move from the SA node to the AV or atrioventricular node, which causes the atria to contract. This is all part of the atrial systole. Impulses then rapidly move throughout the heart by the Purkinje fibers, which ring the ventricles and eject blood into the large arteries to leave the heart through the semilunar valve, and this part is the ventricular systole.
So when the heart beats, it makes a love dove sound. So when it makes the love sound, the tricuspid and bicuspid atrioventricular valves close during the ventricle contraction. The dove sound is when aortic and pulmonary semilunar valve closes when the heart relaxes. And so the AV bundle is part of the conduction system of the heart that begins at the AV node. It passes through the cardiac skeleton, separating the atria and the ventricles, then extends a short distance down the intraventricular septum before splitting into right and left bundle branches. The bundle branches are one of the two branches of the atrioventricular bundle made up of specialized muscle fibers that transmit electrical impulses to the ventricles.